I am now creating weekly exclusive content for Patreon, so if you are interested in that, go check out the link down below. And of course, if you want to avoid the random lottery of FIFA points, you want to go straight to the source, buy the players directly, use u7buy.com and use the code TVM at checkout. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to another player review. Phil Foden up first. I will have Fabinho out for you later today. But Phil Foden was the one that I started first, so I thought, well, I'll just get him at first. 92 rated, of course, with the option, with the chance of getting upgraded to either a 93 if Liverpool and Manchester City draw, or a 95 if Man City beat Liverpool. So either way, you've got a 92, a 93, or a 95. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But let's just assume he doesn't go up, and you're just stuck with this 92, right? So, what do you have? Well, for 100 and... what are we saying? 60k-ish? Maybe a bit less? 150k on Xbox, 140k on PC. Master Race, of course, for now. 4-star, 4-star, so he has gone up by 1 star in weak foot, which is very, very nice. I mean, yeah, there are cards out there of similar quality, if not better, who have 5-star weak foot. But for people who want to use a Phil Foden and who maybe are Man City fans and you want to play with these type of players, that's a nice little upgrade. And of course, he does have an 81 Man of the Match card, which I've used and I've actually reviewed. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be because, I mean, on paper, that card is awful, right? Especially by today's standards. But this is a much needed boost to that 81. Of course, this is a central card, which I prefer, easier to fit into a team in most cases. He's got a very good team around him of Mahrez and Aubameyang. Got Pirlo in there as well, and there's a few other players. I mean, very good team dotted around him, so, you know, don't get it twisted. I'm not using like a gold side or anything, and we're going to see him shine. He's going to be surrounded by some very good players. So the reason I mention that is because there are an awful lot of times where I've played with a player like this who, you know, is a good card, but it doesn't jump at you and say, look how good I am. You know, like if you looked at Christian Eriksen's Summer Heat card, for example, that screams quality. This is good, but it's not as good as that. So when I play with that type of card, surrounding him with mediocre players, as I do sometimes, they either go and feel twice as good as they should do because I'm using bad players around them. So I'm thinking, every time he touches the ball, I'm thinking, wow, this is so much better than using this normal Defrel or whatever it may be. So he just automatically feels that much better, even though realistically, compared to the players you'll be playing with him, he might not be. So on this instance, or in this instance, I have a very good team around him. So very similar quality of player. We're going to see how good he actually is. We've already been through the 4-star, 4-star. High attacking work rate, medium defensive. It's not completely unfeasible for you to maybe put a defensive chem style on him and use him as a holding player. Not necessarily a CDM, but almost like a box-to-box, I guess. I didn't do that. I don't want to do that. I, of course, have a Maestro on him. Reason being, and I touched upon it in the 6 p.m. video, you just hit a lot of bases, so the reactions are only 80. So we need to bump that up. That's one of the problems with cards like this. They come out, they look really good, and then you've got one stat here or there that just doesn't make any sense. Why they couldn't have boosted the reactions up to more than just 80, I'll never know. From the Man of the Match, they've boosted reactions by 5. They've boosted composure, dribbling, and ball control by 6. So even taking that up to 81 wouldn't have been terrible, but just giving him an extra, like, 3 or 4 points, you know, give him mid-80s reactions, and then everybody's relatively happy. I don't see why they haven't done that personally, but hey, it is what it is. With a Maestro, we do take it up to the mid-80s. The dribbling goes up to 99, 97 ball control. I realise we're way beyond the in-game stats. I was talking absolute nonsense at the beginning. I do apologise. But long shots improved from 82 to 92. The free kicks go up if you're that way inclined. And then, of course, the positioning and the vision up as well. Now, I will say, and we'll touch upon his passing, 99 short passing, 99 vision. That's incredible. For a 92 rated card, and of course with the chem style, you have to rely on that for the vision to go up. But either way, that is Pirlo standard. And I'm saying Pirlo standard because I used him the other day. I mean, I used him in this squad as well, but I used him the other day for a review because I'd never used him before and I wanted to see if he was actually usable. He is, to a certain extent. I wouldn't want to take him into champs or anything, but yeah, for a bit of fun, why not? He has some of the best passing I have ever used in a FIFA, especially in a game where, like, back in like FIFA 13, long over-the-top through balls were the dream. You know, that was the way to play. As we've progressed through the years, they've tried to move away from that a little bit. This year, you can do it, but Pirlo has accurate over-the-top through balls. Left, right, pinging them all over the place. Foden has very good over-the-top through balls, long-range passing, short-range passing. It's not quite as good as Pirlo, but for me to be able to say, well, it's not quite as good, but it's not far off, I mean, obviously I'm not comparing him in real life, but in game, I'm saying that that's actually very good. So I was not surprised because he's got 99.99, but I was very happy with his passing, shall we say. Only now and again did I feel it go a little bit astray, and I think that's more down to the game than I do think it was the card. So I wouldn't worry about it. I think his passing is solid. From a shooting point of view, I mean, long shot wise, 82 long shots, 92 with the chem style, 95 shot power, 99 with chem style. Was actually all right. I mean, I don't score an awful lot of long range efforts. Mahrez is my favourite player for scoring outside of the box. He has some of the best finesse shots in the business in FIFA 20. And Foden, again, he doesn't really match up to that, but he does have a good go. His shot power is really good from distance. You can win loads of corners by just striking it straight down the middle, to the left, to the right. Goalkeepers can't really handle it. Goalkeepers are not very good at holding onto the ball this year for some reason. So you do win an awful lot of corners. If that interests you, then sure. I can't really remember a time where I hit a really good green time shot that I thought that's in, and it either went in or it didn't. I just couldn't really not get into the position. I just couldn't get it down, you know. My opponents that I was playing were pretty good, and for whatever reason, any shot I took just didn't really look convincing. A couple of decent ones in there, don't get me wrong, but it's not consistent, and I think that's down to the natural low long shots. His positioning is very good. He doesn't feel unbelievably quick, but he's got some zip to him, some pace, definitely. I will admit that his volleys were a little bit better than the 65 or the 70 with the chem style that is saying, that in terms of in-game stats. He can hit them on the volley. I like to juggle. I don't know why. It's not. I mean, it is effective, but it's not at the same time. Sometimes I'll do it just to sort of turn a corner or just to try and beat my man, sort of Bergkamp style. But other times I'll do it and I'll just keep going because I suppose it is kind of half difficult to defend against it. It's, you know, you're going for a challenge and half the time you take out the player. But juggling wise and actually hitting the ball on the volley, he's actually pretty good at. So I don't know where that stats come from. His dribbling and his ball control is solid. Nothing too crazy to report there. And of course, yeah, unbelievably agile. Reactions didn't bother me, honestly. It just wasn't a problem. His height and his strength do come under fire an awful lot, though. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of people maybe turned away from the card in general. It's because 60 strength and being 5'7", not ideal. And of course, 99 balance is all well and good. And to be fair, sometimes I would rather have higher balance than strength, because in this game, they tend to sort of stumble. Like Ibra, for example, has got 99 strength and he's, I don't know, 7'6", right? But if he gets nudged into, his balance is 47. He doesn't fall over, but he stumbles away from the ball. And that is annoying, to say the least. With Foden, he just collapses to the floor. His balance is good, but he'll just fall over because his strength is so low and his height isn't there. Any strong defender, any tall defender you come up against who doesn't have particularly good strength, but it's just they have the height, they're going to win that battle. Just bear that in mind. 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot, you should be able to get out of an awful lot of situations with very good agility as well, I might add, so his left stick dribble is very good. All in all, I'll say I like this card. I do think it's a very, very good card. Will it replace your current cam? Probably not. I mean, if you've unlocked that Bruno Fernandes, for example, no, it won't. Unless Man City beat Liverpool. And if they do, and he gets a 95 rated card, then maybe, to be honest. I think for a lot of people, it's going to come down to the fact that he has low reactions on paper. And there are a couple of other stats, strength, etc., that don't really come up to it. There's no traits to speak of either, which is a shame. But all in all, in terms of a card that you can have fun with, and to be fair, you probably could take him into champs. He does fit the meta of the game quite well. I liked him. And just as a disclaimer at the end of this, I am a Liverpool fan. I'm not a Man City fan, so I'm not trying to be like harsh on him or anything, because I think I've been quite nice. I did like the card. This is FIFA. It's not real world football. If we were comparing them in real life, Foden to a Liverpool player, then maybe I'd be a little bit biased. But because it's a video game, who cares? I like it. Is it worth it for 150k there or thereabouts? I think so. If you've got time to grind it, or you have the untradables in your club right now, and maybe you're willing to gamble on Man City beating Liverpool, yeah, could be a really good card if he gets upgraded. Really, really nice. Let me know what you think of him in the comment section down below. Did you complete him or Fabinho or both or neither? If you have enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.